Super Dave here with another Super Dave review. This is a Super Dave special review. Super Dave here, and today it is Supergirl Day. And I've been excited about this one, even though I'm not quite prepared for it. I'd ordered 2 custom heads, and it's taken them like 2 months to get them ready. And it's like, I can't wait any longer. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'll just have to do a supplemental video later. But I've got Woman of Tomorrow, or Girl of Tomorrow, Supergirl. I've got the comic Supergirl. I've got the original comic style Supergirl with the short hair. I've got some movie Supergirl. I've got the TV show Supergirl, Multiverse Supergirl, all of these trench coat Supergirls, even the Reveltech Supergirl, which is the one I actually ordered a head for. I'm not a fan of that head, but anyway, yep, got a DC Direct, I think is what this was, Supergirl. She's one of my favorites. She's just short in scale. And there's the movie Supergirl with the wired cape, looking cool from the movie. And of course there's a Power Girl too, loving her. But yeah, I'm loving the Supergirl franchise. This has been the year of Supergirl. Regardless of what you thought of the movie, we've got some really cool action figures in the last year, year and a half, 2 years, and I'm excited about looking at some of them today. We're not going to look at all of the articulation because obviously McFarlane Articulation is McFarlane Articulation for the most part, but we are going to look at a couple of them. Just take a gander at all of them and see how they compare. Let's look at the box at a couple of them here. You got the one with the trench coat. This is kind of how she looked most of the movie, except minus the Supergirl outfit, which, you know, there she is in the trench coat. There's an even better picture of her in Crypto, her wearing the trench coat, and that's really cool. I like the fact that they included a version with the trench coat. And then here is our Supergirl from the TV show. I was really torn whether to get this or not. I passed it up several times, and I finally decided, well, I don't like the way they did the legs, and I don't even see a picture of it here because the back is really cool, but it doesn't show. But yeah, it looks like she's got stockings on under there instead of like the boots and then skin, which the DC Direct, I think the TV show when it first came out and they released some action figures, even that one had that, but this one does come with an alternate face, and I can always paint the legs because that's what I did with this one. I swapped out the tummy part, the torso with the Zorana, swapped out the Zorana torso from the G.I. Joe Dreadnoks, and then I painted her legs up in there and kind of made it look more like the artwork and you know, the mock-up where she's got some flesh, whereas the way this one came, it was red all the way up to her waist. So I'm really loving the way this came out. I got this idea and I even painted some gold around the boots and stuff like some of the other ones have, but I got this idea from a guy on Instagram, and I had to do that. I just love I love her now, looking really cool there with this Supergirl action figure. It don't have a wire cape, it has a cloth cape, and I love that. So this is kind of my definitive, my ultimate Supergirl here. Really like the way she turned out. Yeah, looking really good. And I think I like this face the best too. I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up between her and this face. But yeah, I still think I like this face better. Love this skirt, the way it swishes to the side, but this part came up too high, I thought. So I like the way this one is. But anyway, yeah, this is my main one here. But it would have been nice if they had done a wired cape though. All right, let's go over here to Eternia, of course, and check them all out. And here we are on Supergirl Day, getting ready to take a look, first of all, at 4 of our Supergirls here and their accessories. And first of all, our Kara Zor-El, which was a TV show on the WB that started, I think it was WB, but anyway, it was started in 2015, and I think that McFarlane captured her likeness very well here. She comes with 2 head sculpts. You see this one here looks really nice with the glistening lipstick. She's got kind of a darker tone, darker outfit, darker S, darker skirt and cape. Even her blonde hair is a little darker than what the other ones are, but she has very pale skin, which I think the actress did too, as you can see here. They had kind of the darker tones too, just depended, because you know, you got to see her in different outfits, different versions somewhat throughout the years of this show. She comes with some relaxed gesturing style hands. She also comes with some balled up fisted hands, a set here of a flying hand and a pointer finger hand, and then a set of weapon holding hands here, kind of like a trigger finger plus a weapon holding hand. This was her other head sculpt, which is like her x-ray vision or heat vision, really, probably more or less, with the angry look there, and that looks really good too, with the blush kind of around the eyes representing the flush of being angry. And you can see what I was talking about, how dark the thigh is there. It's like boot goes up to thigh, and then it's kind of a brown is what it is. They did the same thing with the toy line that came out when the show came out years ago. It was almost like a to be honest with you, like tights or even leggings that it looked like, but I think it would look better with the skin there, as I explained earlier. But she's looking really good. She has a cloth cape that is wired, which is something we don't get very often. Sometimes they do cloth capes, but they just don't put wires in them. Now they did with this like original Supergirl. Here they put a wire in hers, which is cool, and that's the more serious looking face. I like that one better than the other one, where it just had, you know, the short hair, but the more serious, I would say prettier face, but has the blue skirt and blue outfit, but the traditional S. But she's really cool. I really like her. I was glad to get her part of the collection because I like Superman and Supergirl. As you can see back there, the Kick Bash one that I did there, and then the Revoltech one, and then the DC Direct, and then there's the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which I think she's probably, well, now she's my second favorite because I really like this one, I think, now that I've fixed her. But anyway, let's go on and look at our theatrical version here, because she comes with this face sculpt. Now, when you get all 3, you're going to get all the facial expressions. I think that's the only way to get all of the facial expressions. But this one also comes with Puppy Crypto, which you see in the movie. And this one does have a cloth and wired cape, so that's really cool. And she has her skin and boots right. This is the way all of them should be. Obviously you can see that in most of them they get it right, but they didn't get it right in that one. I fixed that one back there and painted that one's legs to make it right. I digress. All of these have it right. And then you had your regular standard version, and she did come, now she's got a hard cape, but she did come with another head sculpt, and I think this one is the same face as this one, but this has different hair here than her. Her hair here is all out in front, whereas her hair is kind of blowing in the wind. So you can get that flying pose of her, you know, in a static pose there. And then this one has a different face sculpt. This one's more of like a smile, whereas this one that's on that I have equipped on the plain version is more of a smirk. You see it, the left part of her face is going up a little bit, whereas here it's not like that. So this is a very pretty face, and it really works well if you put it on here, but I wanted you to see all 3 face sculpts, because this face and this face do look the same to me. It doesn't look the same when you put it on, but that's again because of the hair difference. Now this one comes with no cape, but comes with this nice soft goods overcoat, which is what you see her wearing mostly in the movie. But I really like this one. The only thing is I wish this one, or maybe even this one with the cloth cape, had come with a cloth skirt. That would have been perfect to have gotten something that we've never gotten before, a cloth skirt. But I do love the new logo. Personally, I'm a big fan of the new logo. And by the way, she also comes the deluxe edition here with the overcoat comes with a card that has a cool picture of Crypto and her in the overcoat. And then she also comes with a Crypto with the S on the collar and an S on the cape on the back. And then the plain version with the with the plastic cape comes with this card and showing her hold the sword. Now I do believe this one also came with a sword. I believe she did. I do not know where it is right this second, but I believe she came with a sword, but I already had her out. I took these out of the package tonight, but this one I had already opened, and she came with a sword. I'm just not sure where it is, but anyway, that you can see the differences. Oh, and I forgot, the one with the rubber cape came with an open hand there, gesturing hand, and a pointer finger hand. So that's pretty cool. And she comes equipped with a balled up fisted hand and a weapon holding hand type gesture. And she's got just one set of hands, and hers is that gesturing hand. So you can see she's got it on her waist, and then more of a relaxed style hand. And this one comes with a balled up fisted hand and a weapon holding hand. So you can see, like I said, again, this one has the wired cape. That was the theatrical edition. The standard edition had the rubber cape. It had the extra head and hands. And then the deluxe edition came with the grown-up Crypto as well as this trench coat. So you got a real Duke's mixture here. And of course, the way they arranged it, you have to buy all three to get all the accessories, of course. But I really liked this Supergirl, and I thought the actress did a great job too. All right, now let's take a look at their articulation. All right, I'm going to bring in the theatrical edition here because I feel like that she captures more of the overall look of the character as far as having this cape. You can see how her hair whooshes to the side, and she has the S on the back of the cape, which is like a iron-on type feeling type, screened in there, which is cool. I really like the cape. It's wired. You can see the seams around it, but it has a good thickness to it. It has a nice texture to it. But we're just going to look at her articulation because all the rest of them are going to be the same. Now, I will say that I feel like that they really made her arms long. They look too long, in my opinion. I don't know. They just, like this section look, and I know women have a more elongated bicep area, but it just looks super long here. And it's hard almost to figure out how to pose the arms sometime. They're so noodly and so long. I think they did a better job over here on the TV version in a lot of respects here. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at her articulation right quick. So she's going to be able to look up pretty good amount, still not going to be enough to do flying poses unless you could probably do it like that and bend up that torso, but we'll see that in a second. She's going to be able to look down a good amount there. She is going to get some good head pivot, which is good. Expressiveness, and of course side to side, nothing is hindered. I really like this hair the best. It just looks really good, and I think her likeness of the actress looks almost dead on. I mean, I think they did a great job with that. Her arms, of course, going to go full 360. She's going to be able to strike a T pose. She does have a little bit of butterfly joint, but it doesn't really help her cross over her arms over much. Doesn't really do much at all. It's more of a disc with that plugged in, but it does shift slightly, and it is present. Of course, she does have a bicep swivel. She does have double jointed elbows, which will collapse all the way in. And of course, they have not really a ball joint, but it is a hinge that will allow you to go whichever way you want, vertical or horizontal, depending on how you have that hinge turned, because it will turn up in there. It just shows kind of awkwardly and clunky, kind of clunky there in view of it. Never have been a big fan of that unless they have some kind of bracer, or even the sleeve kind of covers it up. Just kind of looks like a, you know, a pin. Of course, McFarlane always shows pins. They haven't updated their technology yet. All right, I think we looked at everything as far as her arms, but let's go ahead to the diaphragm. She's going to really not bend forward much. That's unfortunate. She won't bend forward much, but she will bend back that much, and this is just using the diaphragm. It goes side to side a little bit, and we'll turn at the diaphragm, not all the way because it's going to be kind of tight. It's going to distress the plastic. But there's also a ball joint in the waist, so when you add that, she's going to crunch forward that much. She's going to bend back a really good amount, so there's where your flying pose is going to be. And of course, she'll turn and be able to get even more side to side when you add the ball joint. So that is excellent. She's going to be able to get, because there is a split in that skirt, she is going to be able to get full splits. There is a slight movement up inside here of that joint for thigh rotation. As you can see it moving there, it's not going to go all the way, but it will move. She's going to be able to kick up a really good amount. She's going to be able to go back for some strides. She does have double jointed knees, which will kick her lower behind there. And there is a ball joint at the ankle. So depending on where you turn that, but you are going to be able to get full tiptoes, go up all the way. And there is forward facing pin to be able to go, and you can rotate. And there is peg holes in the bottom of that high heel boot part, and you can see how they painted the gold around there, which I like that, and the gold here where they actually stop the boot and you have flesh. That's the way it's supposed to be. But she looks good. That's all the articulation, but I will show you, I went ahead and swapped out that face so that you could see that these are the same face, but it does look different. And I think this one gives that wide jaw that the actress kind of has. She has kind of a thick jawline. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I really like this face even better, I think, with this hair, because of the way it frames the face. Looks really good. So yeah, I'm pleased to have this one. And this has the rubber cape, but it's real soft, and it doesn't even look rubber. It kind of looks cloth the way it's designed, but then when you compare it, then you'll see. But it does have the S on the back, rubber S back there, so that's cool. But yeah, this way you've got all the facial expressions, all the hair styles, and you've got one with a cloth cape, so that is really cool. All right. And the only thing that's different about this one is there's no cape and there's no wire, but it is identical in every way, except you can't remove this hair or face. Of course, you could pop the head off, but I mean, that's the only difference. Everything else is the same. And we'll go ahead and bring her in and let you see her also. Her head is not going to really go up much. It will go down, as you can see. She will get some pivot, and it will go side to side. Just have to bend that hair out of the way. But everything's pretty much the same. Not much diaphragm, bend back some, but then when you add the waist ball joint, you're gonna get more. So it's identical. Split in the skirt, everything's identical. Everything's the same. Now, she does not have an S on the back of her cape. And I don't really like, see how brown this looks? And it almost goes from brown to blonde. It's kind of weird. So it's kind of a darker look to her face, but I will show you how she looks with the alternate head. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go ahead and pop this alternate head on here and put the hair back. Head, there we go. Okay, so you can see what it looks like, and it does kind of look like her still. It does look like the actress still. There we go. That looks better. Cool. All right. Yes. So that does look good. Now, you could, if you wanted to, I'm just checking here. Not sure if it'll work. Yeah, it's a little big. The hair's a little big. Her head's a lot bigger. So you couldn't really, technically you could swap it out, but the skin tone is not going to be the same. And this head's just really big compared to this body. So yeah, this is a smaller frame. She has a smaller frame than this one. So yeah, that's kind of obvious. Skin tone's different and the face is just a lot smaller. A lot smaller. But anyway, just showing you that. All right, now let's do some comparisons. And first of all, let's take a look at our Supergirls together here. You can see the television version up here flying, looking cool, using a different set of hands there. And then I'm just going to do one of her, the movie Supergirl, because it's kind of redundant if I do, just have three of them side by side again. But there's the Woman of Tomorrow out of the comic, looking really good. She also came with a sword for sure. I like the way her skirt's blowing to the side. That's cool. And then the other comic version, like the very first Supergirl, I think it was the very first one we ever saw in a comic book, looking cool, going back to the classic days, shorter boots. And then this was the first Supergirl I think we ever got, and it sold out everywhere. Finally got a hold of one on eBay, but I customized her. Painted some flesh tone, their upper thigh there, as well as swapping out her torso idea, like I said, I got on Instagram. But I think she's got probably the prettiest face of all the Supergirls, in my opinion, to a certain degree. I don't know, I like all of them in different respects, but still think just with the overall hairstyle and the overall, fixing that I've done here, I think she's my favorite. But looking cool here. And here's our Millie Alcock Supergirl from the movie, alongside of Ice Woman. Here's our regular TV Supergirl next to Saturn Girl, and you can see how much taller. And this movie one is about right as far as in scale. Now, Power Girl is just super tall compared to most of the females even. And then I finally got a hold of a steal. I did not like the one that Mafex did, and just too blue looking, too cartoonish looking, and all in one I could ever find was the one that was all gray. This one at least had the red cape, but he was pretty much all gray. So I painted some chrome on his emblem there and did some other little highlights with some silver acrylic paint, using chrome mostly on just the logo there, but and on the bolt looking things or rivets on his head, did use some chrome there. The other was just like a metallic acrylic paint that I did some wash and highlights like on his thigh there and on his boots and stuff. So really enjoyed bringing him to life, and I think he looks totally better like this. But anyway, I digress. There are some comparison with some of our McFarlane girls there. And then here is our Supergirls next to our David Corset by Fonjoy, and I did do a little highlighting on those lines with a metallic blue, and there he is alongside of our McFarlane Supergirl, and I think they scale in good together because he's so much better looking than the one that McFarlane made. I just love this David Corset Superman figure. And then here is McFarlane Superboy back there, as well as the new 52 suit Superman, which doesn't really necessarily look like the TV Superman, but close as we've gotten anyway, I think, kind of in a way, because we did see them together. But yeah, you can kind of tell he's got more of an animated type face, whereas her face is a little bit more realistic like these two. But I think Superboy could, you know, fit in with the more realistic ones to a certain degree, in my opinion, I believe. But anyway, there you have those comparisons. And here's our Supergirls next to Gail Gaggett. I forget how to say her name. Anyway, Wonder Woman from the live action movies, looking awesome. She is tall. She's up there like with Power Girl, but yeah, she's tall, but she's looking good next to the live action Supergirl. And here's a Superman that I found today at GameStop. I'm like, I've never even heard of this one, but he is awesome looking. I like him. He's a little bit older, kind of like maybe that more of an old school look of a Superman from the comics, but looks really good. And then here's from the vault. It's not the first one, but it's the one they re-released with the cloth cape, a little bit narrower of S on the front. But anyway, looking cool here with these other McFarlane figures. And thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave review. It has been fun taking a look at these Supergirls. They have been fun to view and explore and do some comparisons for here. But if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, like it, because that helps others find the video and the channel. Also, subscribe if you've not done so. Comment if you have something to share. And also join. You can buy me a coffee. You can, anything that you do is appreciated. Joining is just the buy me a coffee thing. But we appreciate you being a part of the channel, and watching the video is good enough. But thank you so much and be blessed. Here's some photos in the photo gallery. See you next time. So the recipe for this again is just the everything that came with this Supergirl. I just painted the legs flesh tone up there and used a and you can tell my gold pen work wasn't the best, but I painted it red, and the gold V type boot dip up there, and then the flesh tone. And then I used the torso, or the stomach, the ab area, from this Zorana from G.I. Joe Classifieds, the Dreadnought Zorana from G.I. Joe Classifieds Hasbro. She's got that 6-pack abs going on there, so works perfect for Supergirl. So you do have to do some modding to get the ball joints to work, with using some boiling water and even dremeling out so that the McFarlane ball joint will fit in the bottom and the top. And then I also had to heat up her torso area here, because it was just a tad wide, not super wide. See, it's just narrow so much here that I had to warm that up, boil that without doing the arms and the cape, of course, and then clamp the sides, put it in the refrigerator, or freezer actually, for just about 5 minutes, and then it narrowed that rib cage a little bit more, so it didn't look like it was flaring out over her waist. And to some it may still look a little narrow, but hey, you know, I think it looks pretty good.